Hello guys, welcome to a new video. In this one we're gonna do a weekly outlook, right? So I'm gonna share with you the pairs that I'm interested in, my watch list, the point of interest for each one, so the area that price might reverse from or continue from, and of course the draw on liquidity for each one, right? So without any further ado, let's just get started. Now let's head into the charts, and as you can see that my watch list for this week is very short, right? It has only 3 pairs, right? And it has the US dollar index for confluence, and this is for obvious reasons. Of course, we are at the end of the year, right? So the month of December and the month of January, so the end of the year and the beginning of the year, is not really the best months to trade in. That's because of the concept of open high, low and close, and open low, high and close, right? And we also have a very volatile week. So as you can see, we have a lot of red news. We have CPI, right? We have an inflation rate for the US dollar. We have PPI. We have the interest rate decision. So this is gonna be really volatile event. We have also interest rate decision for the Eurozone, and we have the PMI, right? So you need to be very careful this week, and you need to be selective with your trades, all right? Maximum of 2 to 3 trades per week is optimal, guys, especially in this month. Don't push your edge, and don't expect the price action of May, April, right? March, June, September, October. Don't expect that kind of price action on the month of December. That's a very important tip to keep in mind. And now let's start with the analysis. So we're going to start with the US dollar index, and let's start with the weekly chart for buys and direction. As you can see that this move right here, this expansion to the downside, took this external range liquidity and tapped into this rebalance price range. So from here to here, this is a rebalance price range, right? This is a PDRA. This range has been balanced. In other words, price doesn't need to come back all the way to here, right? And as you can see, perfect reaction from it. After that, we have an expansion to the upside or a retracement to this fair value gap right here. So I'm expecting a more bullishness to this fair value gap right here. So maybe consequent encroachment of this gap right here, right? As you can see, we have also this fair value gap right here. So this CB, we closed above it, and price can find support from here, right? Now let's go to the daily chart. On the daily chart, what do we have? We have this expansion to the downside, right? It left this fair value gap. Price closed above it, acted as support, right? So an inversion, and then expanded to the upside, leaving an order block, hitting this order block, right? And then another expansion. And now we are expecting another expansion. So the draw liquidity for this pair is, in my opinion, this equal highs right here. So I told you that I want to see more bullishness to the consequent encroachment of that fair value gap, and it is aligned with this equal highs on the daily chart. We have also this inverted fair value gap right here, so we can find support from here. If we go to the 4-hour, we can see that that inverted fair value gap on the weekly chart, it is aligned with this fair value gap on the 4-hour, right guys? So I'm expecting a move to here, and then shooting to this equal highs right here, this relative equal highs. Now the game plan for this one is when price retraces to here, right? I will look for a 15-minute change in the state of delivery, or market structure shifts, or inversion fair value gaps, right? And it needs to be aligned with time, right? So if I don't see one of those, if I don't see these conditions met, I'm not interested in this one right here. Now, if price does meet the conditions that I have mentioned, then I would look for sells in the euro dollar and GU and buys on USD JPY. So let's move on to USD JPY. Let's start with the weekly chart. In the previous video on weekly outlook, I told you that we want to see this fair value gap right here, right? So this is the draw on liquidity, and as you can see here, we have met this draw on liquidity. We have reached this draw on liquidity on the weekly. If we go to the daily, I told you to look for shorts once price retraces to this order block right here on the daily. And as you can see, it offered resistance and pushed price to the downside, right? And as you can see, the bodies of the candle stopped on this fair value gap, that weekly fair value gap. Now, the new draw on liquidity is this fair value gap right here, right? So I'm expecting a retracement to this fair value gap right here. So this one, as you can see on the daily. If we go to the 4-hour, as you can see, we still didn't fill this fair value gap, and I'm expecting it to be filled, balanced this week. If we go to the 1-hour, we can see that we have an expansion to the upside, leaving a fair value gap, right? We still didn't take this external liquidity, so I'm expecting maybe a move to this fair value gap, right? And then shoot to the upside to this fair value gap right here. And as you can see, this hourly fair value gap is consistent and aligned with the consequent encouragement of that daily fair value gap, right? We also have an S&T divergence here, as you can see, between US dollar against the Japanese yen and the euro against the Japanese yen. So here you go, compare this low right here with this low. In other words, this pair is best for buys. Now, just like the Dixie, we are expecting a move to this 4-hour fair value gap and shoot price to the upside. This on the US dollar against the Japanese yen, it is consistent, right? So we have this fair value gap right here, and then we have this draw on liquidity. Now, again, we need to wait for the lower time frames to align with this idea on this fair value gap right here, or maybe this order block, right? And it needs to align with time. So this is very, very important. Don't force anything. Be selective with your trades this week. Let's go to another pair. And this is the Canadian dollar against the Japanese yen, right? Let's start with the daily time frame. You can see we have an expansion to the downside, created clean lows. So this is the draw on liquidity, right? These lows are equal, and we have this fair value gap right here. So I'm interested in a move to this fair value gap. So what I need to see is returning to this fair value gap right here, and a 1-hour change in state of delivery or market structure shift or any reversal pattern, and then waiting for the lower time frame to align. Now let's move on to the last pair, which is the euro against the Swiss franc, right? So let's start with the weekly time frame, and as you can see, we have taken this external range liquidity. So we have a sweep on liquidity right here, and we left this imbalance open, right? So we can expect a retracement to this imbalance, right? This is on the weekly. If we go to, let's go to the daily. Again, we are on extreme discount right here. So we can expect a move to premium. On the 4-hour, after that sweep on liquidity, we have a market structure shift right here. And to be honest with you, I missed this trade. This was perfect. So I always tell you that look for weekly for buys. So internal to external or external to internal. In our case, we have external to internal. Next thing you want to see, the 4-hour turns bullish, right? As you can see, we have that here. And the final is the 15-minute. And as you can see, that the 15-minute offer that buy opportunity, and it is aligned with time. So you can see this is 10 a.m. your kill zone, and this would be right here the perfect buying opportunity. We have missed this, unfortunately, but the dollar liquidity hasn't been met yet, so we still have a chance to buy to this fair value gap, this weekly imbalance, right? So we left this fair value gap open right here, right? And we have also this order block. So all these consecutive up close candles and solid down close candles are an order block. So I'm interested in a buy from this area right here. Again, we need 15-minute to confirm that, or a reversal from this order block. If we don't see a 15-minute confirmation, that I'm not interested again. And I repeat, it needs to align with time. So London kill zone or the New York kill zone. And you can look for buying opportunities to this imbalance, right? So I believe we have come to the end of this video. And if I see any updates, so again, we have a volatile week, meaning new opportunities will arise, right? So if I spot another opportunities, guys, I would do an updated video, right? And share with you my watch list. Now, if you have any questions, please DM me on my Twitter account or leave a comment down below and I'll answer you as soon as I can. Happy trading and good luck.